So, people of Midlothian and beyond, April's Trekker Walk on Wednesday the 30th of April. We'll be going from Little Vantage all the way across and down to West Linton through the pass up there. It's a 8.5 mile approximate route, and as you can see there is a wee climb. Now on the day, what we're going to do is we're going to meet down at West Linton, because this is a one end to the other end walk, not a loop. So we're going to get a bus from West Linton up here and then walk back to West Linton. So let's go down to West Linton and show you where we're meeting. So we'll meet here at the Gordon Arms Hotel in West Linton. You need to be here by 10 o'clock because the bus will leave at 10. We'll get a bus from here up to the start at Little Vantage. Don't park in the hotel car park, but there's plenty of street parking around in West Linton. So just park down one of the streets and walk up. And then we'll get on the bus here and we'll head up to the start right now. And there you go. So if you want a space on the bus, there's limited seats. You need to email wellbeing@midlothian.gov.uk to book yourself a seat. We'll have a waiting list as well. If, on the other hand, you're able to get dropped off and picked up on your own, then you can join in, even if the bus is full. So let's go and have a wee look at where we'll be going. 8.5 miles over the pass there down to West Linton. Let's go. This here is the Water of Leith. It flows from here down to the Water of Leith that some of you out there may have walked along. It comes from Harperrig Reservoir, just up around the corner. You can sort of see the side of the dam there. It flows down, and back in the early 2000s or maybe the 90s, it was updated so that it's actually a flood prevention scheme now for the Water of Leith. So it'll stop the stream all the way down flooding, and consequently flooding further down the route. But this is where it starts, up here. It winds way down, making its way down to Leith. And over there in the distance, below the windmills, you can see Harperrig Reservoir, which we saw as we crossed it down there, flowing down to the Water of Leith. The reservoir was opened in 1860 to supply more water to Edinburgh. But as I said, now it sort of works as a flood prevention system for the Water of Leith, as well as a wildlife reserve. So the path we're following is the cross-border drove road, used for hundreds of years. Farmers and landowners to bring their sheep and their cattle to market, up and down through the Pentlands, down to the borders and back again. Not much has changed since those days, I suppose. Maybe there was a few more trees, but there was obviously lots of grass for the cattle to graze on as they were being moved. And you could also see in the distance, because this part of it we're on now is known as Thieves Road, where thieves would come in the middle of the night and try and steal the cattle. And the owners, farmers, shepherds would sleep beside their cattle, ready for any attacks at night. And often, when these things happened, there was bloodshed. So there you go, Harperwig Reservoir down there. And you might be able to see the bridges way off in the distance over to Fife. Arthur's Seat there in front as well. Nice view on a clear day. let us trek on to our destination. Don't know if you can see the shadows of the trees, the sporadic trees on the hill here, with the sun shining down in the shadows. It's pretty cool. Don't know if that camera will pick it up, but let me tell you, it's pretty cool. As with all things, it may look nice on a camera, but when you're actually there, it usually looks way better, because cameras just don't capture the size and scope of things really. Unless, of course, you're watching this on a cinema screen, which would be weird. So anyway, let's talk walks. What do you need on the walk? You need decent shoes for walking in these conditions. It's been dry all week, but at the start down there, it's pretty boggy, and it's always pretty boggy there, and even up here there's bits that are still quite boggy. So shoes, good for being out and walking on the hills. Waterproofs, warm clothes, wear layers, so if it does get warm you can take some off. Bring a hat if it's really sunny. Sunglasses, sunscreen, fingers crossed. That's what the situation is. Bring water to drink, or some other drink you may enjoy, not alcohol obviously. Bring something to snack on. We will take breaks as we walk along for drinks, and we'll take a little bit of a longer break just for some snacks. But it's not a lunch break, so it won't be a half hour to sit. This route, start to finish, would probably be about 3.5 to 4 hours, and it is a steady climb, as you can see. What we do is we go in between the hills, so we're not going up and over those. There is a wee bit up, but not as big as you might think. And as I said, still pretty boggy, even up here, even though it's been dry and sunny all week. So your feet may get wet, muddy, even on a day like this. I don't know if you can see that now. The trees. Right, so 8.5 miles, start to finish. And just to reiterate, we meet in West Linton, we jump on a bus that's been arranged, get dropped off, Little Vantage car park, and we walk back to West Linton. So we're not looping this time, we're just going to start to finish. And if you want to book a space on the bus, email me, wellbeing@midlothian.gov.uk. I'll pop your name down. Once all the seats are taken, I'll set up a waiting list in case anybody pulls out. But as I also said, if you want to come along on the walk and you can arrange getting dropped off down at Little Vantage and getting picked up at West Linton, then you're welcome to come along also, if the bus is full. And did I see a time? We're meeting down in West Linton 10 o'clock, so the bus will leave at 10. So you need to be there at 10 o'clock. In the AM on Wednesday the 30th of April, and then we'll drive up and walk back. If it is a rainy day, then this path will be much boggier, so something to look forward to. The Cross Borders Drove Road cuts in between East Cairn Hill here and West Cairn Hill over here. Obviously the path of least resistance when you're herding cattle through the hills. So this is the way they went. And up in those hills probably were the robbers, reavers, waiting till nightfall to make a swoop on the camps and see what they could acquire. Today, yeah, there's not even any sheep up there looking at me. Maybe some birds. Wondering what he's doing, talking to himself in the middle of nowhere. But hopefully, no robbers. Now, we climbed up to round the corner there, steady sort of climb. We've come round the corner and now we're climbing up again. Again, it's a steady climb. It's not steep looking up these hills here either side. But there are hills, just to let you know. And what's good about that? Well, once we get to the top, it's all downhill, really. And you can't moan about that, can you? So recently, well, I'm still here. Recently, I've noticed a lot of apps on social media, adverts, walking apps, telling people to download this app, download that app, put your weight in, height in, blah 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 blah. And it'll help you lose weight. Now, whenever you start an exercise regime, you lose weight. That's just how it works. As I've always said to people, it's about feeling fitter and healthier. It's about feeling good. You know, if you concentrate too much on the weight thing, you miss the part where you actually begin to feel good and a wee bit healthier. So you don't need those apps. Just get out and walk. Try and do 30 minutes 5 days a week. If not, do less and build it up. But as has been proven more and more, walking is great for your whole body. It's great for your mental health. Great for your social health as well. Even if you don't see anybody. Let me see, what time is it? I was down there 2 hours ago. I've walked to here very slowly because I keep stopping and starting. But I haven't seen anyone. It's peaceful. So mental health wise, it's great. Lets you think. But even going out in a group walking, you can chat away about things that are bugging you. Get them off your chest and feel better by the end of it. Top tip though, when you come up a hill and it gets a wee bit steep, try not to waffle onto a camera because you forget to take your breaths. And it sounds like I'm totally out of breath, which I almost are. But it's all because I've been waffling. here we are, in the Cold Stone Slap. Translated, that means Cold Stone Pass. Obviously there used to be lots of stones here, but over the years they've all been removed. Some people say to shore up the walls around the boundaries. But we're up the top of where we're going. Now we just head that away towards West Linton and the finish line. So we're still on the part of the cross borders road called the Thieves Road. That's probably due to the fact that it's surrounded by hills, so they could swoop down, grab what they could and back up into the hills. But it's a long stretch, so you had to have your wits about you. So we're following the road up through the trees here, but if you look over here, you can see Baddinsgill Reservoir looking all calm. I could go and jump in there, it's so warm at the moment. Ooh, it's all kicking off down this neighbourhood with the cows. Oh, the bulls as well. Those 3 bulls there. Those white ones. They're obviously in charge. And here we are, heading back down into West Linton. 8.5 miles later. West Linton was once the place of Scotland's largest cattle market, which is quite obvious. You've got the people coming from the north, people coming from the south along the Drove Road, and you may have heard an old Scottish expression: if something's massive, someone might say it's as big as Linton Market, and that's where the expression comes from. The cattle market that used to take place here in, at the time, Linton. West was added to differentiate it from the other Linton in East Lothian. So you then had East Lothian, you had East Linton, and here in the borders you had West Linton. All the way across there, and I get a stone in my shoe now. There's the finish line, Gordon Arms. Typical. I shall just bear the pain until I get to the car. So come and join us on Wednesday the 30th of April for this 8.5 mile trek and walk along part of the Cross Borders Drove Road. Remember, get in touch to book a seat on the bus, wellbeing@midlothian.gov.uk. We'll meet in West Linton at the hotel there at 10 o'clock. The bus will leave at 10, you need to be there by 10, and we'll head up to Little Vantage car park, get off the bus and walk back to West Linton. Fitness wise, it's sort of an intermediate route. There are hills, steady hills that we're going up and down. Some great scenery as well. And if you've got any questions, email me and we'll see you there.